Welcome to my channel. I am Agatha Decroix. I created this channel to help beginners, rookies, and newbies to start a relaxed and happy gluten-free lifestyle without dying in the process. Today, I am going to answer the question of basically everybody, which is, how do I start? Okay, just don't worry. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm taking your hand right now and I'm going to accompany you every step of the way until you become a gluten-free diet expert. Or should I say a gluten-free lifestyle expert? Because this is not a diet, this is a lifestyle. So how to start? I'm going to give you the 7 rules I recommend you to follow if you want to start a gluten-free diet. 7 rules. Sounds like law school. First, inform yourself. This is very important. If you want to decrease the amount of gluten in your diet, it's okay, just like leave the pasta, leave the pizza, and buy some gluten-free cookies. But if you want to start a real 100% gluten-free lifestyle, this is going to be a little bit more complicated.
Well, let's go eat sushi. Everything is made with rice, but soy sauce has gluten.
Don't worry, we are going to handle this. Because, bad news.
Gluten is everywhere.
Yes, so before you start the gluten-free diet, inform yourself. Industrials have the habit of putting gluten in everything because it makes the people more addicted to their products. This is a hard truth to swallow. I totally recommend you to go to drperlmutter.com and grab the little gluten-full and gluten-free list. I'm going to link this down below in the description box so you can click the link and have the list. Number 2, start reading the labels. Even if you are not starting with the gluten-free lifestyle yet, I recommend you that before you start creating a little habit. Nowadays, you always have like, this may contain tree nuts and lactose and dairy products and whatever and gluten. It's going to be easier for you to read, but I really recommend you to read even if you don't understand the ingredients inside. You might want to get familiarized with the ingredients, so later it's going to be way easier to spot something that can be risky for you. You are going to thank me. 3. This is actually a point I've already talked about in the previous video that I'm going to link here. Don't swap your old diet for a gluten-free version of your old diet. Why? Because it's going to be very expensive, probably unhealthy, might have more sugar or more starch in it. So for the health purpose, it's not going to be very good. What I recommend you to do is to prepare yourself, and this leads me to my number 4. Take time to prepare yourself. No, seriously. It's not like you're going hiking in the neighborhood. It's like you're going to cave dive. So you better be prepared, because gluten-free diet is like keto diet. If you're not prepared, or if you don't have anybody to give you like everything pre-chewed and already the menus and everything ready, you might find yourself in a frustration.
What am I going to eat? This is my 3rd time with quinoa today. Why is gluten-free bread so flavorless? How about a beer? Okay, let's start gluten again.
So take time to prepare yourself. I prepared myself during 3 weeks. I started to read about gluten-free diet, started to print some lists and have everything like kind of almost figured out, because this is going to help a lot when you start a real gluten-free diet. Because starting a gluten-free diet might make you go through kind of mood swings. I mean, it did for me. It's because probably I'm dealing with a lot of anxiety, but quitting gluten is like quitting a drug. So you might have a rehab effect. With a thorough preparation, it's gonna be way easier, trust me. Number 5, start meal planning. I know it sounds like Desperate Housewives, but it really helps when people tell me, oh my god, you meal plan? You are such a nerd. Yeah, because when you meal plan, you avoid the I don't know what to eat tonight. You avoid the, okay, let's eat this thing. I know it has gluten, but it is the only thing I can think of. So meal planning is going to be another video very soon, I promise. Stay tuned. You can start to go on Pinterest. It's very, very inspiring. Well, you might find only like gluten-free bread and gluten-free hotcakes, but you have some very rare things, and this is going to inspire you. So what I do is I don't follow a lot of recipes, but I go to Pinterest and I'm like, oh, I could do this and this and this and this and this and that. And I go to my kitchen and I'm so inspired. I'm starting a gluten-free Pinterest profile, so if you want to follow me on Pinterest, it's there or there. No, it's there. It's there in the description box. I'm going to put some ideas for lunch and dinners and breakfast, of course, like soon. Number 6, start to get familiar with cross-contamination rules. If you're a celiac, you might take that as rule number 1. If you don't know so much about gluten-free diets and lifestyle, you might want to hear that, because you might have the opportunity to help a celiac to avoid cross-contamination. Basically, for a celiac, it's not like,
oh, have a little bit of cake, I'm a celiac. Oh, just a little bit, it's not going to hurt you. Yeah, try to swallow a little bit of cyanide and you'll see the effect.
So for a celiac person, 1 gram of gluten is hell. So cross-contamination is not only about person A has gluten-full food and person B has gluten-free food. You must have a different sponge to wash the dishes, a different knife to cut your bread, different bread toasters. You cannot have any cross-contamination of 1 little gram of gluten. This is also a problem with restaurants, because restaurants sometimes give gluten-free meals options, but they're going to tell you these are gluten-free pasta, which is true, but they are cooking their gluten-free pasta into the same water they used for the regular pasta. So start to learn about cross-contamination and discover all the sneaky ways gluten can enter your VIP gluten-free circle. And then number 7, know your restaurants and gluten-free places. Because if you still want a social life, you might make this little list of gluten-free places. Because when your friends will say, oh, let's go somewhere.
Where? I don't know, you choose. I'm just gluten-free. Well, let's go to this new bakery I've heard of.
This is going to be a problem. By making your list, you're going to be able to slowly orientate your friends towards the gluten-free options, and then everybody's happy. I hope those tips will help you if you are thinking about starting gluten-free diets. If you are thinking about your roommates that started a gluten-free diet, think cross-contamination. Or if you have celiac kids, or if you have been diagnosed with an intolerance, you new here, don't worry. I've been through this alone, and I'm not going to let you alone. I'm going to leave you a printable of my tips. It's going to be down below. Click on the link and you'll have a VIP access to my drive, and you'll have your gluten-free for beginners 7 rules checklist. You will help me a lot if you leave me a thumbs up. If you are gluten-free, starting gluten-free, or you want to know more about gluten-free diet, subscribe, because gluten and free are 2 words I'm going to pronounce a lot in this channel. Of course, follow me on Instagram. I try to be motivating and inspiring for people who want to start a gluten-free diet or want to continue their gluten-free diet and they lack creativity or they lack motivation. So follow me, it's gonna be here. I send you all my gluten-free love and light, and I see you in the next video.